All right, fucking, here we go. Also, I'm going to announce two things before we kind of get into talking about everything. First thing, guys, we got a person who does our clips now. So there's going to be clips on our Instagram, TikTok, and also it's here on YouTube Shorts if you just want to watch it on YouTube. And for our 5 Spotify listeners, you can still sometimes listen to it on audio. I sometimes forget to fucking upload the audio version. And then one other thing, go follow those motherfuckers, I swear to God. And also, I don't know why.
The at Collins
I don't know why
Cast one.
Yeah, at Collins Cast. You'll find it on Instagram and TikTok if you care enough. I also think it's in the description. I'll get done plugging in just a second. And then also, shout out to my guy, Mind Gamer. That's like his gaming name. But yeah, he's doing, well, I don't want to say he's like a complete gamer anymore. But anyways, shout out him. He's doing the clips now. So that's kind of really important. But yeah, here we are. Another internal.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? How you doing, Lance?
I'm chilling. How you been?
I've been doing good. The last episode I shot with Max, just like...
You mean Pete Davidson?
I mean, yeah, Pete Davidson, right. That's actually what happened. It did a lot.
I was surprised you got him on, man. That's crazy.
I know,
he was just
dude.
in Milwaukee chilling.
Yeah, bro. I guess he just has some like fucking... He fell off now, and he just has some remote job. You know, that's what he's doing.
Broke up with
now.
Kim K and just
he broke up with
fell
Kim
off
K.
from that.
Bro, I don't even know who the fuck he's dating now. He's always dating like some new person, but yeah, I don't know. That episode popped off, so I think this podcast peaked at episode 7. I think it's downhill from here. I don't know if we're gonna have any success, but
yeah, I don't know. It's a tough act to follow him, so I'll do my best.
Right. But honestly, I think the main thing we should talk about this episode is like everything that you did with the stand-up the other day. Do you want to like tell them about that a little bit? And also, like, I wasn't there, and I was trying to be there, but I had some car issues. But
Yeah,
I want to hear all about it.
No, that's right.
Yeah. You had some car issues.
Yeah, conveniently. Didn't it start the next day too? Right,
bro? I swear, bro. And I was like, when I tell him that it's gonna start the next day too, he's gonna be like, yeah, okay, you motherfucker. Like, you just didn't want to go.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I did. So it's open mic night at the Laughing Tap in Milwaukee, every Wednesday, and then the 28th was my birthday, so I went out with a couple of friends, and I just wanted to try it out. So did an open mic. I think it went pretty well. I don't want to like glaze it too much, but I was getting good laughs back and just good response from the crowd. And then it's like the typical like open mic night setup. Like there's a light that'll go off when you have like a minute remaining because they want to keep it moving. Yeah. But I didn't stay up for the whole time. I only really had like 2 or 3 things prepared because I wasn't sure like what the vibe was going to be. Like I wasn't sure if they were going to be like, oh, look at this poser, like he had to bring his notes up on stage with him. So I was
people bring their notepads up there because I think that's pretty common.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure like what it was going to be. Right. So I didn't like, I wrote down jokes at home on a piece of paper, and then I was like, okay, let me just like memorize them so that I can nail it for the crowd.
Yeah.
And so I didn't bring the paper with me, and then literally like the first guy comes up there, he has his notebook. I'm like, oh fuck, like I should have just brought I should have just brought the notebook. So I was just like in between open mics, I was just like writing what I remembered about him on my notes and just trying to practice them like that way. Yeah. And then it actually did tie in pretty well to like my opener. I was like, like I brought all my jokes on my notes on my phone like a real Gen Zer, which was kind of funny because like I don't want to say a lot, but like probably like half of the comics were probably like middle-aged guys that had just clearly like given up on life, so they were kind of just like ripping on Gen Zers. So I felt like I got a good dig back. My opener was my dad is black, so that's why I look like this, and my mom is white, so that's why I talk like this and why I dress like this. And then it was funny because one of the comics beforehand made a joke about how like so there was this one comic that came up and he wasn't getting a whole lot of laughs. The guy that came up right after him pretty much just like roasted his entire outfit. He's like, bro, like you look like you got all of your shit from Kohl's and stuff like that. And then I was like, hey man, like I came up much later, but I was like, hey man, I took that shit personally. Like I grew up on Kohl's Cash, bro, like born and raised on that shit.
Right.
So it worked out. And then
how many minutes did you do up there?
I want to say it was between like 3 to 5.
That's pretty good. So was that your first time ever doing an open mic?
It was, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And like I said, like I don't want to.
You got some laughs?
Yeah, I thought the crowd response was pretty good.
Yeah. That's a very creative opener too. Straight up.
I try my best.
Opening up with being like, my dad's black, so that's why. And then yeah, that's great, dude.
What else? Oh, I told this joke. I was like, obviously, like I come from a mixed household, so like my parents are both Democrats, and I was like, I'm on the other hand not so sure. I was like, my dad watches so much MSNBC that it's got me thinking I'm gonna vote for Trump in 2024, which is a joke. People, relax, it's a joke.
Comedy, guys. Who would ever thought?
Yeah, but
it's not serious.
Yeah, but I told that, and then I told one about this story. Because me and a couple of other friends, we did like a trip through Colorado and Arizona a couple of years ago, and we on the last day of it, we were just pretty much like done road tripping at that point, so we wanted to get from Colorado just all the way home. Mm-hmm. So we were driving through Iowa, I think it was, at like it was between like 1 to 2 a.m. at night, and like obviously we're coming back from Colorado, so we have merchandise in the car, a lot of merchandise in the car. By merchandise
you mean
that kush.
So
we had a lot of it in the car. It was prevalent, and so I was definitely going like 20 miles over the speed limit, and we ended up getting pulled over. And good news is I only got off with a speeding ticket. And so I told the joke that, like, you know, I don't really mind, like, cops and shit because, like, you know, I'm still alive. I've interacted with them before and shit like that. That wasn't exactly how I said it, but it was along that vein. So
they haven't gotten me yet.
Yeah, that got a good response. And then, yeah, I kind of just ended abruptly. But the guy, like, the host of the Laughing Tap was, like, when I was going off, he was like, oh, darn, like, I kind of wish, like, you would have, like, kept going. Like, you were doing pretty good. So gave me confidence to go back at least one more time before I leave here.
Dude, that's fucking impressive considering, like, that's your first time ever doing, you know, going up there. I feel like a lot of people, when they go up there the first time, like, it doesn't always go that smooth.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Straight up.
Yeah, there was definitely some people that bombed. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there was
of course.
Yeah, there was always those, like, you know, they were getting those like pity laughs where they were like after the joke they were like, "Come on, guys, that was funny. Like, you need to laugh." But like, I didn't do that at all. So I felt pretty confident about my performance.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the time you just have to be okay if people don't laugh. If you just accept, hey, you know, some people might not laugh at this, or maybe this joke won't be funny, then you'll be fine up there.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they can't be relaxed, you know?
Yeah, and I was perfectly, like, prepared to bomb and not get many laughs. So I went in there with low expectations, and I think that just helped.
Yeah, damn, dude. That's fucking... So how long have you been sitting on that material? Like, did you create that pretty recently, or were those, like, concepts that you've been wanting to do for a while?
No, I literally, like, I wrote those jokes, like, probably at, like, midnight the night before.
Wow.
And like those weren't even the jokes that like I really wrote. Like I had one that was more tailored to like my job working at the YMCA, which I did tell that one too a little bit, but it wasn't the way I like had written it out.
Right.
So basically everything I said was kind of just like off the cuff, which worked out.
No, that's good. I feel like because if you have it too prepared, it's kind of like with presentations just in general. Like if you show up to a presentation for class, you know, and you prepare too much, it's almost like you're not even present in the moment, at least for me.
Yeah, it feels like you're just like reading off a script as opposed to like actually trying to like work with the audience and see what the vibe is.
You can literally, if you prepare it so much, you could actually mentally not be in the room. Like you can just completely disassociate and just say like the memorized words. And I feel like if you memorize it too much, then it might fuck up the delivery a little.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. So I'm definitely gonna come with you next time. I don't know if I'm going
until
to
the car breaks down again.
All right, motherfucker. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do. I don't know if I'll go up there, but I will definitely pull up and watch for sure.
Fair enough.
I've thought about it before, like going up and maybe telling a story or some shit, but it's just like I gotta figure out what I don't know. I gotta plan for a little bit.
That's fair.
You know?
Yeah.
Not even plan, but I just gotta like decide like, okay, these are the stories I'm gonna tell. Like I don't know what if I were to even do it. Like what the fuck do you think I should even do? You know?
I mean, yeah, I think that's more of like a personal question.
Yeah.
But
I feel like I could do something about the Kias. Cause that's something,
Kia
or
boys,
like
yeah.
I got hit by a car. Like there's that. I think that story could definitely have a lot of potential.
Yeah, I think it would really. I mean, I think it hits for like me personally, just because like I know who you got hit
yeah,
by,
that's the
and
thing.
I know
It's
the story
like
behind it.
It's like I have to create it in a way where it's to an audience of people that don't know me.
Yeah, exactly, and
So,
that can be challenging.
Yeah, that would take time, but I think the whole fact that like I didn't take the ambulance could be kind of funny. Like I was just like, nah, dad, like you can just drive me in your truck and shit. And then like I show up, like we're like stuck in traffic and like the fucking pain sets in and shit. Or even the fact that like when I first
didn't you like break your arm too? Or
yeah, I broke my arm and like fucked up my hip and shit. Like I scratched the fuck. I was bleeding like crazy. And like the first thing that the lady says when she gets out of her car, she goes, "Oh no, why did you run out in the road like that?" Like she wasn't like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, are you okay?" She was like, "Why did you run out?" You fucking pussy. Like that's how it felt, you know?
yeah.
So I don't know, like
dumbass.
there's little like details like that I feel like could be maybe, you know, could make it comedic.
Yeah.
And also just even like the aftermath of like you weren't in volleyball with me, but at the end of the season, like we had a coach. Because I was in volleyball that whole time, even though
I feel like I know which coach you're talking
about.
Well,
I'm just gonna say his name, Mr. Bean. That was his name. Well, you know, we'll just say it's a made up name, Mr. Bean. You know, because who's got a real name by the name of Bean, right? You know, that's not a real name. No. But at the end of the season, obviously, like I still showed up to every practice because I was like, I'm dedicated. I care about the team and shit, even though I couldn't do shit.
Yeah,
I'd literally just be like hitting the ball up against the wall alone because one of my arms is broken the whole season. So you just see a team like sweating their asses off, running drills and shit, and then there's just one fucking kid off to the side just like hitting a ball against the wall the whole time. But at the end of the season, he literally like he wanted to give like multiple speeches about different people, and he's like, guys, I just wanted to do a speech, and he was like, Hayden, come on up. And then like he did a speech and he's like, you see Hayden, he got hit by a car. And that's how he opened up the speech. And everyone in the room, bro, just started laughing. And I was just like, come on, dude. Like, what the fuck was the point of this? And he's like, no, but like, he was very dedicated and he showed up to everything, even though like he still got hit by a car. And like, I have respect for that. But it's like, he made me a laughing stock again. And I'm like, bro, I've already been dealing with this for like 2 months. Like, I don't need this to continue to be a thing. But anyways, I don't know. It's a crazy thing. It's been so long too since that happened that like it doesn't even feel real anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you.
But yeah,
middle school feels like, or not even middle school, high school feels like just a completely different like lifetime ago.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Like, wow, that's really how like I acted and behaved. It was funny because I was actually thinking about the last time we did an internal. You were like any like or one of the questions was like, do you have like any regrets?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. It was like I definitely treated some people in high school just like shit for no reason. Like I would just be ruthless to people for like just nothing. Like just because I was in a bad mood that day.
Yeah.
So if anybody's watching this and I treated you like shit, I'm sorry about that. Just right now.
I'm sorry, but it's also super funny.
Yeah, I mean,
think about.
I'm
sorry, but I'm also gonna laugh at it.
Yeah, I mean, I was funny about it, but like it was definitely there was just some people it was uncalled for. So
yeah, that's
fair. My bad.
Yeah, I also think the same thing. Like sometimes I look back and I'm like, man, I got bullied because like obviously I don't actually mean like literally bullied, but obviously like people would shoot the shit and like hit me with bits about like YouTube or like getting hit by a car. But then I also think like there's so many people I was like cruel to as well.
Yeah.
You know? Even dude, I was probably even cruel to you and like Roosevelt at times, bro. Like, but it's like it's like everyone. I think when you look back at your past, you realize at some point you were probably bullied and also you bullied.
Yeah, I was gonna say middle school. I was like, at least I felt like I was bullied more in middle school, just because like I never got haircuts, so like my hair was just always like out of control, large, and I feel like that made me
people literally just like roasting you for like being black.
Yeah,
and just,
people.
Like,
I was an easy target in middle school, so I'm not even gonna like get all that upset about it. But high school, I feel like I tried to like turn the tables, and I feel like I overcorrected a bit too much. So
yeah, no, but I don't know. Sometimes you got to put up a defense when you're going through school because, you know, people are ruthless, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I also think once you get out of school, it's a lot easier. I know this sounds crazy, but it's just easier to be a better person.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I feel like you just have the freedom to just like actually find peace in your life a little.
Yeah. Especially like once I left high school too, like I was no longer like trying to like chase clout or anything. It was like, oh, yeah, like I'm my own person. Yeah, like I make my own decisions.
People are just so fucking. I mean, everyone's just coming from different households, and like it's just everyone coming from different backgrounds. Like you got the one kid who's coming from a rich ass family, and then there's the kid that's literally like taking the bus to school, and like his mom's getting beat by his dad at home and shit. Like it's just like
very specific, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm not, you know, and like the son's name is Hayden Collins. No, I'm kidding. My parents are awesome. I'm fucking around. They did not. That's gonna get me in trouble. No, but I'm fucking around. But
your mom's gonna see this.
Dude, I doubt it, bro. My parents definitely don't watch my podcast. Like, no way. I feel like my dad doesn't even know I have one.
And I was like, good job, son. I really love that episode. You're like, oh, which part? They're like, oh.
They're like, the part where, like, you're laughing. I'm like, oh, my fucking God. But yeah, my parents do not watch. I think my mom has watched some episodes. Like, she watched the one that we did with Elijah in the beginning, but no way. Nice. No shot she's watching this. Okay. Or any of the ones after.
Oh, so you can just talk your shit then, huh?
I can just say whatever the fuck I want about my family. No, honestly though, now they're probably going to see this because I am talking about them. But also, no shot my own girlfriend watches my podcast either. Like Jada definitely does not listen to the podcast because she already hears me talk enough. She's like, "Bro, you're like I already live with you. Like I don't need to
know the talking points you're gonna bring.
Yeah, like the media control. She's heard the conspiracy theories before. She doesn't need to hear it again.
It's fair.
But yeah, man, comedy, life. Here we are. Yeah, this is the 8th episode. How are you feeling about, you know, everything we've done so far?
Talking with it so far. I think we've built up a solid combination of like interviews, but also just like general like chopping it up. And, like, just some general like good conversation. I don't know if we've gone like in depth, I guess, as we want we're capable of. Maybe not as we want to, but as we're capable of. So it's all about the process, and we'll get there in time. But.
I think like obviously we get really deep in conversations, and we've gone really deep in conversations like outside of the podcast, but I think it's just kind of it's a timing thing. Like sometimes you have to be in the mood, or like sometimes maybe at fucking 10 a.m. it's just not the best time to have like a super deep conversation about the universe.
Yeah, I'm just waking up.
Like if we're just like smoking weed in a car and talking, like obviously we're gonna be, and it's like late at night, like obviously those combos are gonna be more deep, you know. But yeah, it's like I definitely want to have like deeper conversations with people, but it's just do people want to do that, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. Because I guess when you're bringing on guests too, you don't want to make them like uncomfortable with the conversation,
right?
Or like take it down an avenue where like they don't feel, I guess, as comfortable.
Yeah, and some people are down for the deep conversations. Like Max is definitely down for it. But yeah, we'll definitely get him more involved as well. But yeah,
I didn't know you were such a Jake Paul fan,
bro. I will defend Jake Paul till I die. No, dude, you know what I've been thinking about doing?
Yeah.
If anyone's still listening to the podcast, you'll know this for the future that I'm planning on this. So this is for all the real ones still listening. I thought it'd be funny to get a Jake Paul poster right in the middle, smack dab in the middle of the podcast. And have like a Jake Paul shrine and get it framed because everyone hates that I'm a Jake Paul fan so much. I just want to keep leaning into it. Like the more people give me shit for, I'm like, I just want to keep leaning into it.
Yeah.
Like if people didn't hate on me being a fan of him so much, I would like not even be a fan. Like I probably wouldn't give a shit.
Are you just like a Paul Brothers fan in general, or like?
Honestly, yeah, not as much anymore. Like I think there was a phase where they were fun to watch because like they were doing a lot of podcasts or like random videos and like they had interesting shit going. Like especially, I never really watched Jake like that, but Logan had a lot of interesting stuff. Like he did this video where he went to like a flat Earth convention. And it's like pretty funny because he acted like he was a flat earther.
Yeah.
And he acted like he was coming out of the flat earth closet. And he didn't tell anyone at the convention that it was like a parody, but he was fucking with them and he was trolling all the people that actually believed in like flat earth.
Yeah.
So anyways, he did like interesting content like that where I was like, this is actually kind of funny, you know? But I don't know. I think like what I honestly think about Jake Paul is like people do genuinely underestimate him. Like I think people just give him shit because he is a YouTuber, and because he was like a cringy YouTuber, and like I fully agree with that. Like he was a cringy YouTuber, and it is also hard to believe that like a YouTuber would become this skilled of a boxer, but like he is proving himself, like whether people want to admit it or not. And I also think like
I think he's already proved himself in my opinion.
But not to everyone. Some people are still like giving him shit.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't call him elite, like an elite boxer at this point. But like, I think he's at least carved out like a section of boxing for like himself, where like he's established enough where he can take a fight. Yeah,
and I think like I don't think he's like a fucking world champ. Like I don't think he's that. But I do think he is like. He is a legit professional. I think he does have the skill of a professional at this point.
That's fair. Maybe
not like a really good professional. Like I think he has more notoriety for his skills than maybe he would have had if he wasn't a YouTuber. Like that's for sure.
Yeah.
But also like he has been knocking motherfuckers out. Yeah. And not every pro boxer can do that. Like not every pro boxer has like that knockout power. I hate talking about like Jake Paul so much, but I find it to be an interesting thing because I do think he has the potential to be really good, and I like there is a possibility that like someday people will look back and be like, holy shit, like we really slept on him.
Yeah.
And he went on to like maybe become a world champ. Like there is that possibility.
And you want to be one of the people that was like, I was first there.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, yeah, because I do see the potential, and like I do think it's going to be really satisfying when he does it someday. And it's just like, yeah, all you motherfuckers like had you were fucking doubting him, or like you weren't giving him like a fair chance of like considering his skills.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's how I feel about Nikola Jokic on the Denver Nuggets. I've been on that train since like 2018, bro. Nobody can tell me shit.
Fuck yeah. And I respect that, bro.
Because like, bro, everybody was like, he's just a fat white dude. Like he can't, like he's not athletic. He can't play. I was like, dude, like it. Even like
it's
right
like
now,
it's like a certain level of I don't want to like equate it to this, but it is kind of like a bit prejudiced because it's just like you're just assuming, and it's not like based off of like fucking racism, but I'm just saying like it's prejudice based off of like just the fact that he's like just some pudgy white dude.
Well, yeah,
like
and
he's unknown and like people just are ignorant to the whole education of it.
Yeah, and I mean just based on like the archetype of what like the best players in the NBA have looked like they're all just generally black. Like not even to be like
majority.
Racist, but it's just like LeBron James has been.
It is statistically a fact.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Cannot deny
like
the facts.
LeBron James has been, I mean, at least argued as the best player year in and year out for like pretty much our whole lifetime. But now, I mean, I don't even know how you would argue that it isn't Jokic at this point. Like, not to go on a huge sports tangent.
That he's the GOAT?
Not the GOAT, just
like
the
right
best.
Now, like right now, like he's
I think right now he is. I don't even think it's a debate that he's the best player. Like even coming off especially coming off of a title, but I think just like these last like 4 years that he's been playing, like it's just been ridiculous. Like for people that don't watch basketball every night, like they probably don't have as hard an opinion on it, but like there's nobody to me that makes their there's no individual player that makes their team better than he does like right now.
Wow. Well,
And
shout out.
Yeah.
And I've seen all the memes of him too, where it's like when he's done like winning a ring or some shit, and then it's just like he just doesn't give a fuck, and he's just like or there's like the memes where it's like he doesn't actually like basketball, but he's just like unfortunately
those get blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
I think like
I just think it's funny as a concept. But
No,
yeah,
for sure.
I doubt that's like obviously he loves basketball.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, should we do the Lance Sport Report?
Yeah, if we're going down that,
All right,
road.
We're starting a new segment, guys. It's gonna be like a 5 to 10 minute thing we do whenever we have Lance on the podcast. We also will have some news to talk about in like 2 weeks or so. This dude's going to Alaska, but when he comes back, it'll be a thing. Lance Sport Report. Here we go. Dun
Yes,
dun 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 dun.
All right. Jokic's best player. No. So LeBron James did break 40K, although they did lose to the Nuggets on the same night. But it's really started this debate, like, do we ever think that anybody will ever pass LeBron's scoring title?
I mean, I think he will. I think someone will pass him up, but I think it'll take a lot of time. I don't know. But so I kind of want to bring up this about it.
Go ahead.
Like, do you think this brings up a valid debate for people saying that LeBron's the GOAT? Or are you still going to be like Michael Jordan?
I'm still going to be Michael Jordan.
Do you think LeBron could do anything? This is a better question. Like, do you think LeBron could do anything at this point in his career till the end of his career to pass up Michael Jordan as the GOAT?
I mean, win 2 more titles, but
yeah, I
don't think that they will. Like, I don't think he will win 2 more titles in his career. Mm-hmm. I certainly don't think it's going to be on the Lakers. Like, despite what any media outlet will tell you, I don't think they're like even remotely close to being a championship team.
Yeah.
Like they're right now like the 10 seed, and everybody wants to say like, oh, like if they sneak in, they could be like a real problem. But I just don't think they're like. LeBron's still playing very well, and he's still averaging like 27 points per game, something like that. Like he's still like around like his career averages and everything, and playing well.
That's so impressive.
It is. And everybody wants to like say like, oh, like the game has changed, like defense has kind of been taken out, but like, you know, he's still among the league leaders in points per game. And
yeah,
he's
and also
40 years old.
Also, like he's had to adapt too. Like,
yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of people that can't adapt with the game changing over time.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of people once they're like in their upper 30s, it's like the game has completely changed and
Carmelo
they haven't
Anthony.
figured out how to adapt. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a good example.
Yeah, he had a good run, and then but just like trying to adjust to being in a more diminished role, he never could.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Yeah. But
what else?
I mean, just to give my opinion, I don't think that it. I mean, I don't want to say that it won't ever be broken. I don't think LeBron's scoring title will ever be broken in my lifetime. So however long I live, just because, I mean, it's honestly kind of ridiculous when you look at it. I mean, like he's played for.
You're starting to make me think that he's the GOAT. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like I know
the thing is, I don't even think he's the GOAT, but just like I think his longevity is incredibly like respectable.
Yeah.
And I mean like cuz like he's played 21 seasons and he's never had that injury where like he misses a like significant amount of time.
I guess I'm just saying that people who are on the side of LeBron being the GOAT may use the consistency argument, you know, compared to someone like Michael Jordan, who didn't have that consistency.
Yeah, and I mean it is that
longevity consistency.
Yeah, longevity consistency. Because I mean, Michael was
consistent.
Epitome, he
for
was
sure.
the epitome of consistency.
But yeah, just like the longevity of that. Like, would Michael Jordan have been able to do that the way that LeBron has done it? You know, it's like maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think he would have been able to be like as this long running consistent. But you also have to look like he played in the 90s and sports medicine and just the way that athletes
Wasn't
take care.
around.
Yeah, the way that
Yeah.
athletes take care of their bodies nowadays wasn't around. So I can't really say like, oh, like he wouldn't have been able to do it definitively. And that's actually kind of honestly, like I feel like Kobe is around like my top 3. I don't want to like definitively say he's better than LeBron, but like I have gone through stages of my life where I'm like I might take Kobe over LeBron if I'm starting a team all time.
Yeah, I think that's a tough one, like Kobe versus LeBron, because I just think it depends on the context of it. I mean, like, I honestly think if it was like a 1v1, bro, Kobe's winning.
Yeah.
Kobe's fucking winning a 1v1. That's just my take.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I feel like in a 1v1, Kobe's beating pretty much almost anyone except for like someone who's like a fucking center. Like maybe he might struggle against like Shaq, you know? But like, if it's people that are in like the similar positions of like LeBron and Michael Jordan, then Kobe might be beating all of them just because Kobe's just got that
dog.
He's got that movement, that ball handling, and the way he's able to just shoot shit off like no one else is crazy. But obviously him and Michael Jordan would be really close in a 1v1. But yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I think in the end, yeah. Fuck, sorry, that's tough.
No, go.
I'm mentally struggling over here of like, who if I would put Kobe or LeBron, you know, before the other. That's a tough one.
I just think like obviously Kobe will never be like the just athletic specimen that LeBron is, but like first of all, I think Kobe has more chips, and everybody will be like, oh, but he played with Shaq. It's like, yeah, well, LeBron played with like way more Hall of Famers than Kobe did.
Yeah.
So you can't really just use that argument to nullify it.
Exactly.
I would say Kobe.
The Lakers could have gone like one more ring probably with LeBron.
Yeah, but I also
like with Anthony Davis and shit.
Yeah, but I also I mean, I don't really like.
You think that like I feel like there could have been a reality where they had another one.
I kind of disagree. I don't even, to be honest, I really don't even count the championship they won like a couple years ago. Because I think it was just,
it was during COVID and
it was it's just
haywire.
Because it's a circumstance that will never be repeated again.
Yeah.
Because they had like a 3-month layoff in between the regular season, at the end of the regular season and the postseason. So like Anthony Davis, who's just been like a perpetual like injury prone guy, got like those 3 months to just like keep his body like intact and healthy without having like the wear and tear of like a season to go along with that. Also, the Bucks were like ridiculous that year. Like people forget how fucking good Giannis was that COVID year, and we really just ran into like, I mean, the fucking Miami Heat. Yeah, we can do that. Can be the last part of this segment
because the Tyler Hero run during that was insane, dude. And then he hasn't replicated it since.
Yeah, I mean he's been solid. He hasn't been,
but that, bro,
and that was like his rookie year.
The bubble Tyler Hero, like, bro,
dude,
that was insane. What did he drop, like 34 points one game or some shit?
Yeah, he dropped like, I think it was like 37 in a finals game.
It was him and Magic Johnson that had that type. Yeah, and when I saw that, I was like, holy fuck, Tyler Hero might be like the next thing. Yeah. And I'm not saying that he isn't still like all-star potential or like maybe all-star. I don't know.
I wouldn't put him, but I get what you're saying. He's a good scorer.
I'm saying he might have that potential still, possibly.
Yeah.
Like he could get there at some point. We'll see, like how much, like, you know, I don't know how much potential he really has, you know, like how much growth is still possible for him. Like, and it would just be speculation, like whatever you guess, because we don't know like how much he will or won't be dedicated for the next 5 years, you know?
For sure.
Anyways.
Oh, I did want to close with the teams that I do hate the most.
Oh, yeah.
I do hate the Heat. That's probably...
You hate the Heat?
Yeah, that's probably number 2. I still hate Boston.
What do you think of Jimmy Butler?
I mean, I hate that he gets away with just like sitting out 20 to 30 games in the regular season and then
he just cooks.
Yeah, and then he just cooks in the playoffs and everybody just forgets.
What's that called when they do that with a team? They like sit
load management.
Yeah.
I mean like they've done it, and other players have done it. Like Kawhi Leonard's done it, but like it's different because Kawhi won chips, and like I respect him. I respect
Kawhi's
him more
laugh.
for it.
Sorry, I'm only on like the meme side of NBA nowadays.
No, that's respect.
People like you though who actually give a shit about the game are probably so annoyed with people like me who are just like, Kawhi has a funny laugh, and you're like, bro, can we talk about his fucking stats? Like,
yeah, I mean he does have a funny laugh, but
yeah,
no, I would like there's a difference to me between Kawhi and Jimmy, because like Kawhi has had like actual like injuries. He's had like just freak accidents happen to him during the playoffs where like I get why he's been like scarred by injuries, whereas Jimmy's just kind of always like, I mean Jimmy, like he's worked his ass off. I don't want to like disrespect him, but it's just like I don't respect the way that they approach the regular season as opposed to the postseason. So I really don't like the Heat, but I probably still hate the Boston Celtics like most of all. Like there's something about them that like I just cannot stand. It's probably their fans, to be honest. Like,
dude, Boston fans are crazy, bro.
Yeah,
like
they're so fucking spoiled.
Oh yeah, dude, and also just like in anything, Boston is like a brutal. Like their audience is like they're really hard critics. Like, you know what I mean? Like and they're like that in like comedy and everything. Like in comedy, they talk about that how like if you perform in Boston, like you really need to like kill because they're not gonna give you pity laughs or anything.
Oh yeah,
they're not like Wisconsin. You know what I mean? I swear to God, in Wisconsin,
not like the laughing tap.
Yeah, they're not like the laughing tap laughing at Lance. No, I'm fucking with you, but because I've been to some comedy clubs, like I've been to a comedy club or a comedy event in Wisconsin here before, and like they were laughing at some shit where I'm like, I don't know about that, bro.
That wasn't
like
even funny,
that was
bro.
not like you're trying to make a point by laughing at that. Like that's just not actually funny. But anyways, that's the end of the Lance report.
Yeah,
the Lance Sport report. Yeah. But I do fuck with that. Like we should definitely hit that more often, where we fucking tell people what's up in the sports world, bro. Because I am so out of the loop. So honestly, actually,
down for that.
That's very useful for me to like actually know something.
I haven't launched my own pod yet, so this is the only place I can really fire off these takes for the public.
This is the only place you can get the voice out. No, I'm fucking with you, but even when remember the podcast when we were talking about Giannis. We were talking about the whole thing with that and like the draw he has with the team and like how it kind of created the coach situation. Like I was talking to some other people about that because I was like, damn, that's actually like really fascinating because like you put it in a way for me that like I didn't previously comprehend that way.
Mm-hmm. And so, just one side note, they have looked really good since the All-Star break. So yeah. So just want to throw that out there for all the Bucks haters out there.
Let's get a ring. We're getting a ring this year.
I think it'll be Denver, but
we're getting a ring.
They're getting a ring while Dame's here. I'll say that. We're getting
a ring this year, bro. I'm gonna keep saying that, bro. I'm gonna keep
just manifest it.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I'm not opposed.
I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Next thing I want to talk about. I don't know if you saw it at all, but Shane Gillis hosting SNL. Did you see that?
I didn't watch the episode, but I saw that he was hosting it. I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it a ton, but because it's kind of like in the internet, it's old news by now. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool that he had, not that he had the opportunity, because it's not like he fucking really needed that. Like he could have gone the rest of his career without going on SNL.
This is a nice
again
redemption arc for him.
Yeah, it's just kind of a nice way of just like,
sorry we fired you.
Yeah, for some SNL was like, damn, I guess we'll go fuck ourselves. Hey, you want to host it? Like, you know, that's kind of how it felt. But he did pretty good for like the audience he had at SNL, because they're like, if he said like any word that was the slightest triggering, they were just kind of like they weren't laughing at certain shit that was like funny, because he had this whole bit about how he started like a coffee shop in his hometown for like kids with Down syndrome and shit. And it was like this whole bit that he had. I actually heard it live when I saw him. But he cut it so short for the SNL monologue, probably because like they were not receiving it well.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, he's not like shitting on people with Down syndrome. He's literally
if you
like,
know his story, he definitely like he doesn't.
Yeah,
like,
he has people in his family with Down syndrome, and like he makes it a whole bit, and also like it's not him like laughing at like ha 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 you have Down syndrome. It's just like, it's just a funny situation, like opening up a coffee shop of people who have Down syndrome and like the like what comes with that. It's not actually like laughing at their condition. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just funny how I just find it funny that people still like are super hesitant about like finding the humor in that.
Yeah, I don't even really watch SNL anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I ever really like
I was
watched it.
never a fan like that, honestly.
Yeah, I never really watched it consistently, and then I just feel like even like especially now it's just like so clearly like a one-sided kind of like it's only comedy for one side of the aisle.
Yeah.
And it's just that's hard to like.
And it's not even necessarily funny for that aisle. Like it's not like
Yeah.
it's like if someone like if you take someone who's like an extreme liberal, like they may watch SNL and still not find it funny, even if it's appealing to like their type of humor.
Mm-hmm.
They may still look at that and be like, it's just not that funny.
Yeah. I will say, just going back to the laughing tap, that was something I found interesting was that there was definitely people from both sides of it. And
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And there was a good, like
a good mix.
There was a healthy mix and also just like a healthy laughter for both kinds of jokes, which was nice.
And I think like people who seek out comedy are people who appreciate someone who's just like authentic, and they also are very like understanding people. Like people who are fans of comedy are fans of understanding.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why the fuck else would you listen to people and laugh? Like,
yeah.
You're trying to understand their perspective and why it's funny.
Definitely.
So, but yeah, it's like I can see why that would be a little shocking, especially like in Milwaukee, because you may think it's like definitely going to be like completely liberal or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely mixed. And ultimately, at the end of the day, like if something's funny, it's funny. Like it doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just think like, what was I gonna say? Like, I think sometimes like let's say if you had if Shane Gillis is doing a joke about like a coffee shop, and it's like workers that have Down syndrome. It's like if you're not laughing at that because you're like uncomfortable about it, like it kind of shows that like you don't really have much experience with like being in an environment with people that are on the spectrum. If you think you can't laugh at a single thing, like you think people on the spectrum don't have any humor, like they have fucking humor too.
Laughing at that shit.
Like it's actually, I almost kind of view it as a little dehumanizing to not find any humor with people who are on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Because like obviously like my girlfriend, she works in the industry of like taking care of people that are on the spectrum, and they find shit to be funny sometimes that like a kid will do at work, but it's not laughing at their condition. It's just laughing at like what they did. That was like, there was just humor in it, but it's like, it doesn't have to be humor that's putting them down.
Yeah.
I guess that's the point I'm trying to bring up. It's
no,
like,
I get what you mean.
You can find something funny about a certain group without it being something that brings the group down.
For sure. Sure.
But yeah, let's see. Is there anything else to bring up? It's fucking March, dude. It's fucking March.
It is. And it's like 60 degrees outside.
That is crazy. Yeah, we should just talk about weather for 10 minutes. No, but yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything like coming up that's crazy. I don't know. I we could probably just close it out here, make it a short episode.
It's fair. Are we doing call-ins or?
No, I'm gonna skip that.
Fair.
Also, I feel like most people wouldn't be able to right now because they're either at work or school.
That's true. It is at 11.
It's also early too. Yeah, yeah. It's like the worst time to try to call people. They're like, "Fuck off, dude. I'm still sleeping or shit."
You still gonna be doing some live streams?
Yeah. I want to do some live streams on Instagram Live. Like, I thought that was kind of like an interesting thing, but I think it'd be interesting to do it when like you're around. Like if I don't know, or if Max is around, like kind of do it with someone else who's also with me, and then we just have people join the live. But yeah, we will implement phone calls into the podcast in the future. And then we got a lot of interviews coming up that we're trying to do.
Yep.
So I think
to take a little Collins Cast road trip.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go on a little spree of putting out interviews, but we'll also shoot a podcast before you leave with our boy Ethan for Alaska.
Yes, sir.
So we can do a whole podcast about like your experience with Alaska so far, and then like what you guys are gonna do there, and just any stories you guys have together about Alaska. We can do a whole pod about that. But yeah, do you have any last words you want to say, Lance? Maybe drop a quote.
Drop a quote.
Man, that was the craziest voice crack ever. But
my dad's black, and that's why I look like this. My mom's white, that's why I talk like that. No,
that should be your like Tinder bio or some shit.
I don't go on Tinder actually.
Yeah.
That could be my quote. I'm not
Tinder's
not an online dating guy. I don't believe in.
You're in person.
Yeah, I don't believe in the concept.
That's how I met Jada.
It's valid.
We met in person. We did not meet online, so I highly recommend just going up to someone in person too.
Yeah.
I'm with that. Yeah.
Plus, guys, we only get like 1% of our swipes anyways. So
yeah,
the game is rigged against us.
Yeah, it's definitely rigged. It's like all the guys are swiping right and all the girls are swiping left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah. All right. Peace out.
See ya.
Peace.